This is our first Zoom session. Yay!
I know, right?
Viv is on with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Drugs, Health, and Society, and I want to show you something really cool. I'm going to start using badging. So first of all, I think you've got the whole idea of going through the modules, right?
Right. Yeah. Kind of good idea. Good.
Yeah. I mean, to start here,
Right.
everything is there. I mean, about the textbooks, resources. Okay, so you did that. You did the online orientation, and then this is the week where we actually start to dive into stuff. Right. And so, and then week 3, we're really going to dive in, and so then the class is going to start taking off. So this is what I do every week. I'm going to have this overview right here. Well, that's week 1. So that week 1's kind of like the introduction. So week 2. Definitely watch the video, and I saw that you got the whole idea of what I said in the video,
right?
For extra credit.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, I was gonna put that side note real quick just to make sure if you got it or not.
yeah, I totally. And then what I have, I'll show you where to post it. But then I'm always going to list these objectives, and that really shows you what you really need to focus in on the chapter.
Right.
Because you will always have a test question off of one of these.
Right.
Always. So like, not to be mysterious, but like an essay question might, in our first quiz might be, list 3 to 5 major factors responsible for addiction. Like, it won't be new because it's one of the objectives and I covered it in the lecture, or I covered it, it's in the book. Totally, we talked about comorbidity big time. Right? That's a huge thing, is the idea of having 2 illnesses at the same time. And a lot of times, is it the chicken or the egg? Or people?
So I'm sorry, I have a question. Is the illness, is it genetic?
No.
Or is it already like predisposed, as you know what I'm saying?
It could be all kinds of things. It could be people, like in your book, it does a really good description of this, but people could be genetically predispositioned. And what that means is, and you'll see this in the chapter when we go into the neurotransmitters, is that someone might have less of a certain neurotransmitter or more.
Oh, yeah, I did remember. Yes.
Yeah. 1, 2, even like how they process. Like when we talk about alcohol.
Chemical.
Yeah. Like even like some ethnicities and some like
they hold their liquor better. You ever heard of that phrase? Like, look, he can hold his liquor.
Yeah, well, they could actually
race. Like, I heard that before.
So people can actually have an intolerance to alcohol. Like, they physically throw up and they get sick. So it's very difficult for them to ever get addicted to alcohol because they have such a visceral physical response to it.
Right? It's like the complete opposite. It's like, well, your body's like rejecting it, saying, heck no, don't put this in me. I'm going to die.
It totally hates it.
Wow, that's interesting.
It's kind of like when you, even like with lactose, it's because they don't have a certain enzyme. I mean, not to make a parallel, but milk, you know how people are sometimes lactose intolerant?
Yeah.
The more Mediterranean you have in your system, genetics that you have, the less tolerant you are to lactose.
Wow.
The more Scandinavian you are, the more tolerant you are to lactose. Same with some of these drugs out there.
That is very interesting.
I know, isn't that cool? I thought that was so
cool. Yes.
And so every single drug that we're going to be talking about
is freaking crazy.
Is going to be physically, people process it physically different. So someone could get physically a drug for the first time, another person doesn't. One person gets cognitively addicted. And so that's why the NIH calls it, the National Institute of Health calls it a disease. They use the disease framework. They believe that, you know, you're genetically predispositioned or you get triggered. So that's one idea. The other thing, one of the big major factors could be stress. You can get stressed, and people can get so stressed that they get depressed and anxious, and then they start treating with a drug to reduce their anxiety.
Right.
So is that a chicken egg? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
a
tricky one.
Yeah. Or sometimes you'll hear people who are like actually diagnosed with like schizophrenia or bipolar, manic depressive, and they are treating with drugs to numb to how they feel.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to ask that kind of question. The 3 models was obviously that's an assignment question. You had to know the common tests for drugs. That's totally in the PowerPoint. And then the scheduling question is a discussion question, because I think it'll blow people's mind that marijuana is like Schedule 1. I always have to remind myself it's Schedule 1.
Right.
Cocaine is Schedule 2.
That was interesting. I seen the PowerPoint.
Yeah, so it's like your book does a great job on
I
that.
didn't even know there was level, like I thought there was 1 and 2. I didn't know there was a 5. I was like, what the heck? A 5?
Yeah. So they all go down to 5. And they're 4s and the 3s and the 2s, and that's how the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, knows how to respond to it. I mean, the laws are around these scheduling, and then FDA does the legal, does the regulation of the whole testing of it.
Right.
We're going to be talking about this in big time in public health too.
Oh, that's great. I was just going to ask that question because I would love to, talk about it some more.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing, an introduction to public health. We're diving into that because all these agencies have a role. But my big thing is that I think that, knowing what the discussion, the assignments, and the chapter reviews, and then the readings are down here. And if people just really follow this, they're going to be fine. They do this, they're going to get an A in the class, they're going to ace it. They might even get like 100% plus. What I find is that people don't do the chapter reviews and they don't stay on the assignments, then they fall behind.
Right.
But I have something kind of exciting to show you. If you hit, I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to show you something I just started doing, and it's going to be cool. It has a high cool factor. I don't know. Big time for me. So it's student view. Check out what I'm starting to use badges. So this is how I'm going to award extra credit. So here's what's going to happen is I have a leaderboard, and if people complete each module, and like right now you're on the Zoom with me, that will count. You'll get a badge for that. And then you'll collect badges, and at the very end, I'll give points to the badges. Ooh. And why that's important is, let's say you're between a B and A, like it's just 1 point, right? I don't give points, never. But if I have a badging system, and I can go back to the badging system, and I'm like, ooh, look at all those badges. Those equate to I'm going to make those equate points, and then I'll push someone over.
Sweet.
So that's why I like it.
Have that for every class.
And that kind of cool. So awesome. Right now, I don't know what you are, because I put it in student view, but if you go on there, the proactive zebra, like if I see the names when I'm not in student view, but I just didn't want to put people's names out there. Right. But you could see like, there's one person who has not done anything. And then there's one person who's done 2 of 17. And then over here, extra credit. Let's see here. Maybe it's hiding, I swear. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to scroll up. Let's see here. I know that it was showing in the leaderboard here. I'm giving points for extra credit. Maybe it disappeared. Well, anyway, maybe I need to go over here. There was a thumbs up. Oh, I've scrolled down here. So what you'll see is these are badges. And so what you could do is you could see every week that you do something, you get through a week, you do one of the extra credit things, you'll start to get badges. And then, and you can see, you can kind of see how you're doing with the rest of the class. But keep it private. You can keep my name private, or if you're like, hey, I'm going to take my name, you could take your name off and be like, hey, I don't care. People can see who I am. They can ask me for help. Right. But yeah, that's kind of like where we're at. And so right now, proactive zebra is at the top right now. And I'm wondering why extra credit's not showing up, but I'll figure that out later. So I wanted to show you the badges, and how you can earn badges, and you can just go to badges and you'll see where you are in the ranking. I think you've got the whole idea that they're assignments.
Right.
And you've got the idea of that they're modules, and you just go through the modules. And then what I'm going to do in the future is I'm not going to send out Zoom stuff. I'm going to actually have it here. You don't see this. I'm going to leave the student view. I'm going to show it through here. Under conference Zoom, I'll have it set here, and all you have to do is hit a button in the future. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You can see that under conference Zoom?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, good. All right, cool. So that's a big thing. I think next week I'm going to have a contest. If only one person comes in, then fine.
Winner.
You'll be the winner.
Right.
But I'm going to have a Jeopardy kind of quiz contest kind of thing, and on how drugs work.
Oh,
and next week it's going to be important. I have complete all items in the module. It'll be important to click through everything.
right.
Okay, because it's probably the most important chapter. It's like the foundation chapter. So
Right.
I'll probably have the brain game, or I'll have another game for us to take online to kind of see how you're doing.
Right.
Okay. So I'm hoping I'll see you next week, because I'll definitely be here.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any questions? It's a good time to ask.
Let's see. You got my extra credit here. Let's see.
Oh, right here, the extra credit.
Yeah, we just, you already answered that earlier.
So you saw where you could see it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like in the modules right here.
Yeah. I don't think I have any questions. I think everything's pretty covered. I think you definitely explained everything very well, pretty good in detail. But sometimes I do overthink things and forget.
Oh no,
But,
no. There's no such thing as overthinking anything. So you can see it right there. You just have to upload your picture right there of the thing that in the video.
Oh, okay, right there. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then that will actually give you a badge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So good. So we're going to start getting really into the details. We're going to be covering models, and the next week we're going to talk about how drugs work and how they differ. And then in another class, completely different, that we're going to be diving into the agencies. That's going to be fun tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, I think we're good to go. I'm going to stop the recording then. And
was I the only one who invited?
You're the only one.
Hey, I was ready to say hi to people.
Usually. It's funny because I've had other classes where I've had like 7, 8 people.
Right.
So, I think people want to come on. They just probably don't know about it. So I'll advertise it again.
Right, a little more.
And then I'll talk about the game on there. Yeah. And then and I'll try to entice people. So at least come on next week, and then at least we'll have one game. Maybe I can recruit a couple more people, and we'll have another one more people. All right, great. Awesome. Good. Thanks. All right. I'll see you later.
All right, you have a good day.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Let's see, how do I stop recording?